I know a bit about Spain in terms of like politics, history, current politics following from abroad, but not as in-depth as the conversations that we had with a lot of the ministers of government, but also some of the organizations and meeting people in general and talking to different people and community members.
De alguna manera, España refleja mucho de lo que ocurre en Estados Unidos, es decir, si son dos países muy diferentes en sus formas, tienen desafíos que podríamos decir que son muy similares. Antes de venir a España traté de informarme lo mejor posible y obviamente ya estando aquí tu percepción también se solidifica, ¿no?
I think one of the things that surprised me the most is the fact that you have universal education and healthcare, which we do not in the US. I think we can learn some lessons from Spain.
Pero yo creo que lo que más resalta es cómo incluyen a los inmigrantes en este país, porque yo viví en los Estados Unidos indocumentada por varios años y saber que aquí el departamento que se dedica a eso se llama de inclusión.
Obviamente no todo es perfección, algo que siempre se ha dicho y que han mencionado los ponentes es que evidentemente es una sociedad perfectible en miras de buscar la mejora de sus ciudadanos, pero también de cualquiera que acoja o digamos vea en España su nuevo hogar.
If I had to call out a specific meeting that I really enjoyed was with María del Carmen Barrera, a labor leader here in Spain. I think it's just very important from a U.S. context that we are constantly understanding other forms of governing, and it was just really exciting to know how she's been at the forefront of a lot of these labor conversations in ways that the United States, frankly, can learn a lot about. I think the visit that I liked the most was to Instituto Cervantes. I really love their mission to diffuse like Spanish and to look at it from the economic opportunities that exist by being bilingual.
The meeting that I found the most insightful and the most interesting was going to Mondragón. The co-op in Mondragón was really interesting in terms of the way that the community was built. Historically, the factors that impacted how it came to be and the philosophy and the values that are put into it and the way that the worker and leadership are one and the same is really important, and I think that's a model that lots of places would want to replicate.
What a unique experience that has been, really reconceptualizing what it is to be a profit-making venture where everyone has a stake in it. And of course, just like learning the Basque culture, the people, the space, what it looks like, how is it that it makes it so unique, has been an absolute highlight.
The shared dialogue about the role of Spain in the United States and its contribution to America's independence and the relationship between the two nations over time. I've been learning a lot more about how that relationship has evolved and the direction that it's going, and I'm very excited about all the hard work that the ambassador is doing, and it was a privilege to be able to meet with her and the fellow Americans at the State Department location here in Spain. But learning more about that relationship has been really exciting for me.
I really enjoyed most of the discussions, just learning from people. A big part of my expertise is gender equity, and so getting to see in various parts of the government or various parts of industry, what is the role of women, how do women, what sort of role do they play, and how do they participate in the government and participate in the leadership of this country, has been really interesting as well.
Todas han sido muy informativas. Ahorita acabamos de aprender un poco más sobre Bilbao y me gustó mucho como esta ciudad que tuvo muchos problemas, tuvo la gran oportunidad de construir mejor. Y también también el liderazgo que puede tener una ciudad.
Everyone who came on this particular trip was very intentional about getting connected to each other, and we tried really hard to build relationships and build bonds. Many folks had never met before, didn't know each other, and they were able to become best friends basically in a few days. So that's actually really great. And we're looking to build relationships moving forward, and already talking about how we can help each other in our work even after this program.
I wasn't expecting anything less, but I think being able to learn, being able to be with colleagues from around the country that are in leadership roles, working with the Spanish embassy, working with the various ministers, and the foundation has been a really unique experience. And being able to be immersed into all these things in just a very short amount of time. And not only the knowledge component, but also the food and the culture and like trying to get as much in as possible has absolutely exceeded my expectations.
Aprendiendo un poco más, yo creo que Estados Unidos necesita más a España que España a Estados Unidos, que tenemos mucho que aprender, que hay sistemas más éticos aquí en España y ojalá nuestra amistad, nuestros lazos sean más fuertes.
Definitivamente se puede agrandecer la relación entre los dos países, ¿verdad? Especialmente en las situaciones en los asuntos de los beneficios para los ciudadanos, ¿verdad? Y aparte de eso, yo creo que los hispanos tienen una parte muy importante porque vamos a ser posiblemente la mayoría de la población de los Estados Unidos. Entonces nosotros podemos hablar y hacer ese intercambio entre España y los Estados Unidos y hacer una relación más fuerte.
It's a new understanding and perspective about the modern steps Spain is taking with different countries and with regards to both inclusion, equity, and diversity, and the relationship between the United States and Spain, and that's really important to me to see that. Having come from a state in the United States that has special history and connections with Spain.
I think that, you know, especially as allies, but it's just two countries that are really trying to figure things out. But again, I think we have a lot to learn from countries like Spain, who have just been leading in the best ways in both social policy meets economic policy, meeting the moment right now of taking climate action. I think that really speaks to me, and I would love to be more involved in just really bringing a lot of that framework back to the United States.
Fue un programa excepcional y la pasé de maravilla. Muchas gracias a la Fundación por traernos aquí por una semana, fue excepcional.
Es que ricasco.